After eliminating the Lucknow Super Giants, Mumbai Indians have set up a date with the Gujarat Titans. We look ahead to qualifier number 2. It's back at Ahmedabad. It's one apiece for these two teams in the league phase. So brilliant Suryakumar Yadav 100 at the Wankhede, and Gujarat made light work otherwise when the Mumbai Indians did visit. But they have lost only at home in that league phase. 3 games and 6 points that they dropped. So we look ahead to the second qualifier on Visit Saudi presents ESPNcricinfo T20 Timeout with Sanjay Manjrekar and Tom Moody. Given the contrasting fortunes of both teams in the last game they played, Tom, even though Titans finished first and Mumbai just snuck in at 4th, would you say Mumbai are the most settled team with their combination and their team composition and whatnot?
Yeah, it's quite interesting, isn't it, how the playoffs can change your whole perception of how you perceive a team and where they're at. And I tend to agree with that statement. I think Mumbai will be buoyed by that terrific performance in Chennai, dominant performance in Chennai, even though it's a quick turnaround for them, but still they'll be running on adrenaline. And yes, GT are a good side, and they have been consistently throughout this tournament, but this juggernaut from Mumbai is gathering momentum.
Yeah, red hot at the moment. And Titans, even though it's one game, Sanjay, they did end their league phase on a high. Shubman Gill with a lovely 100 at the Chinnaswamy, but that team balance with Dasun Shanaka in and Josh Little continuing to sit out, also an Indian batter who perhaps could come in. Surely they need to go to that?
I think they will definitely go to that. Perhaps they played somebody like a Dasun Shanaka because of Chepauk. Maybe they needed somebody with some international experience who plays spin well, but I don't think that was a great move. So they'll go back to Josh Little, there's no doubt about that. And they're back to, Ahmedabad, where it's been a high-scoring venue. So Titans will look a different team, a better team compared to how they looked at Chepauk.
All right. So I guess the consensus is that Little must play, and one of Abhinav Manohar or Sai Sudarshan in place of Nalkande. Shanaka goes out. So which batter would you go for?
See, I think there is enough firepower in that batting lineup. You've got David Miller, you've got Rahul Tewatia, Vijay Shankar, Rashid Khan. Sai Sudarshan might be a better option. Hardik Pandya batting at number 3, not quite contributing, plus the left-hand, right-hand combination will help, because a lot of teams have used left-arm spin very early against them because of the top 4 or 5 being all right-handers.
They also have another issue to contend with if Hardik Pandya doesn't bowl. If he didn't bowl in a game as important as Qualifier 1, maybe he'll bowl here. But is this team equipped then to manage the 6th bowling option if required? Or is it these 5 bowlers having to bowl there 4?
Well, that's what they've tended to do. Maybe we'll see an over or 2 from Tewatia, given that we haven't seen a lot of him, but why not? Like he's a more than capable bowler. Nalkandi will have to make way if we're going with side Sudarshan. I agree with that call as well. I think he looks a very organised player, and I think he fills that spot at number 3, and it just allows Hardik Pandya to just sit back at number 4, number 5 possibly, if they want to put Vijay Shankar in front of him, to play that sort of more of a role where he can express himself without sort of the fear of responsibility and having to manage the innings instead of having an impact in the innings.
As far as the story of the bowlers goes, it's a strong batting lineup on both sides. But Mohammad Shami and Akash Madwal have something to like about them. They keep it simple. They're at different stages of their career. But let's run through the impact that these 2 fast bowlers could have against what looks like 2 real juggernauts as batting lineups.
Look, I mean, it's all about current form, current reality of T20 cricket. Mohammad Shami is up there with Akash Madwal, who's just now finding his feet, in IPL cricket. But Akash Madwal has 2 great qualities. He bowls pretty impressively with the new ball, maybe not as impressively as Shami. But death bowling, this guy has been one of the best death bowlers we've seen in the tournament. Somebody who can nail in the Yorker, doesn't do too many of the expected variations. So as a death bowler, in current reality, I think Akash Madwal makes more of a contribution than Mohammad Shami, whose forte has never been death bowling, but the overall, impact that he makes in his 4 overs.
How good is that for Akash Madwal? But he deserves that praise with how he almost single-handedly turned the game Mumbai's way in the eliminator.
Yeah, he's been impressive. He's a little bit deceptive. I think he's surprised a lot of batters that haven't probably faced him. He seems to hurry off the pitch. He skids off the pitch. He's not tall in stature, so he's a skiddy type bowler. bowls stump to stump, which I think, there's a lot to like about that. In this modern game, there's bowlers that nearly overcomplicate things, and I think he's got a very simple approach. He bowls at a high pace, he bowls stump to stump and hits that difficult length. And I think he's the mid-innings bowler and a death bowler.
Yeah,
I don't see him.
Yeah.
I don't see him as a power play bowler. I think if anything in the power play, it may backfire on him. Look, he's been a great find for Mumbai Indians, and one of the reasons this bowling attack that we've talked about for a number of weeks now, I think is certainly a lot better than what we give it credit for, particularly given his form and Berendorf's form with the new ball in power play.
Right. Ahmedabad, is there any advantage in chasing over there? We expect good batting conditions from what we've seen. Sanjay, we've seen high scoring games there.
Yeah, we go back to the old adage of T20 cricket, win the toss and elect to chase. I think that's what both captains will look to do.
It turned out to be good tosses to lose in both playoffs at Chennai. Different story at Ahmedabad?
Yeah, I think it's completely different conditions, assuming we get the surface we're expecting, and that's a good batting surface. So I think certainly Mumbai, more so than Titans, but I think Mumbai definitely would like to be chasing, and then the Titans have got that question mark, what is the number? What is the number we need?
Lots of stars on both sides, and one contest you're looking forward to that could decide potentially the shape of the game. Let's talk Cameron Green as well, the form he's shown. Tom.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Afghan spin twins against Suryakumar Yadav, because you've got arguably the best T20 player in the world, and you've got the best spinner in the world in Rashid Khan and his understudy. And that little side plot, I think, is going to be fascinating to watch.
If I have to ask for a prediction on the eve of this, you guys did get it right ahead of the eliminator. Did go for GT for Qualifier 1. CSK threw in a surprise. So, GT Mumbai at Ahmedabad. Sanjay.
I'll go with Mumbai Indians because of the winning run that they have. Tactically, I hope Titans stick to their guns like they've done through the tournament. So the matchup will be great.
That'll be something, because the top team then would not make it, as per Sanjay's prediction. Tom.
Yeah, I'm actually just going to go against my good friend here, and I'm going at GT.
Very well. Gentlemen, thank you very much. It'll be thrilling to have your company for that second qualifier. So we look forward to yours on Visit Saudi presents ESPN Cricinfo T20 Timeout.